I'm not going to get into how these are made because that's irrelevant at this point. Let's talk about stick design. As you can see, these are non-tapered and round, but that's the worst way you can make them. The best and properly designed nunchaku, if you are buying nunchaku because you want to use them, you should really just go with a tapered design, meaning the bottom down here is going to be thicker than the top. And what's that going to allow for you to do is to hold on to it better without it slipping out of your hand, and when you swing them, they're going to have the proper momentum. The weight's going to be distributed right here at the end and right here at the end, and that's really going to improve your performance with them. And the second properly way to have them designed is to have them, as I said, these are round, that's improper. What you're going to want is they're going to be cut in an octagon fashion so that they have corners. And there's two reasons for that. One is because your hand's not round, it's got corners. So the corners on the octagon stick are going to allow you to grip it better without it slipping out of your hand. And the second reason is because an octagon corner hurts a hell of a lot more to get hit with than it does a round stick. And since these are weapons, not kanja backyard tools, they really should be designed to be as tough as possible and to do as much damage as possible, right? Any good weapon should be. So, any real nunchaku are going to be tapered on both sticks and have octagon corners and have the connection be as tough as possible. You should be able to hang these over something and do pull-ups on them. You should be able to wrap them around a bar and squeeze as hard as you can without it breaking. If you can't do that, they are probably not the kind you want, okay? Maybe if you're a Chosan ninja or whatever, you could use those because you're not a real martial artist anyway, or you're not a real fighter anyway, you don't do proper stuff. But if you are, if you're interested in using the best tools possible, doing the best techniques possible, and being as good as possible, then you really need octagon, tapered sticks, and a really damn sturdy connection. Now let's talk about some cord length. I could be like Greg and say, oh, well, the normal cord, the best cord length is to go around your hand like this, so that it passes around your neck good, and it passes over your hand good when you're gaining control. Just like that. But no, that's just stupid. Cord length is only relevant to what you need it for. Okay? So the shorter your cord is, say I have a 1-inch cord on here, like it, say it hangs like that, like a 1-inch cord. Okay, the shorter your cord, the less powerful your nunchaku will be, but the less recoil they will also have when they hit something. Now the longer your cord is, the more power they will have, but the more recoil there will be. And another thing is, the longer the cord is, the slower they're going to be. Shorter it is, the faster they're going to be. Okay, let's talk about some more on this. Say I got a 1-inch cord on these, alright? Well, if there's no cord, they're just a straight stick. And they only have as much power as a straight stick. Add a 1-inch cord onto it, and you have now amplified the power because you have more joint here, adding more momentum to what you do. Okay? Now it is going to be, adding more momentum to what you do. But you still only have a little bit more power than you would if you had a straight baton stick like this, okay? Not much more power, but just a little bit more, okay? Now, say I have a cord length like this. I'm going to get a lot more power out of this because of the flail momentum than I would if I had a straight stick. Now, if you really want some power, you add about a 7-8 inch long cord on there, and if you're experienced, you will know how to control this when you hit something so it doesn't bounce back on you. But really, longer the cord is, the more momentum you're going to get. Think of a medieval European flail. You know, you got a stick, you got a big chain or whatever, and a spike ball hanging on the end, okay? Now that has a lot of momentum, and it's very powerful. But just imagine for a second that it only had a 1-inch chain and the ball right up here. That would greatly reduce the power of it. See where I'm going here? And I figured this out from my own personal scientific research by getting a pair of, getting my chucks, getting big red bricks, cinder blocks, breaking them, and I've adjusted the cord length, and I've experimented. When I have a short cord like this, it's quite hard to break bricks. But when I switch over to a big long cord like this, they go through bricks like butter. Try it yourself. Hey Greg, how about you get some chucks and make a video showing your techniques of hitting stuff, actually hitting stuff, breaking stuff. Spar with some chucks. I want to see that. I can pick it apart like no tomorrow. Next up, how to grip them. Alright? If I was Greg, I'd tell you to grip them at the top like this for your kanja control. Well, don't do that. Okay? If you're doing taekwondo and you want to look all pretty and shit, do that. It'll go great with those stupid ass taekwondo judges. But if you want to use them as a real weapon, please hold them down at the bottom. Hold them up here at the top. You have a limp little thing like this, and you're going to get a little bit of power out of it. And if you want to get hit with this, it's not, it's going to leave a bump, right? But when you're using them as a weapon and you got someone coming at you, you want to take them down as quick as possible and hurt them as bad as possible, alright? And if someone comes at me and I go like that, they're going to be like, ow, and then they're going to hit me. But if I go like this, I could break someone's skull, alright? Now, you hit like this, you just don't have, the Nunchaku is all about leverage and momentum. You got all these leverage joints. You got this joint here in the middle, and you got the one you're holding, right? You hold them up here, you've taken away all this leverage you could have. Hold them down here, that's a hell of a lot more leverage. And also, leverage, range, look at this. What kind of range is that, right? That's what I'm talking about. And also when you go to block, when you hold them like this, someone comes at you with a bat or whatever, there's nowhere to block, you're going to hit your hand. Now, you hold them down here. Oh yeah, I got all this place to block. Let's talk about striking methods, which is what these are for. 1. Hold them down here at the bottom. Now for your stance. If you're holding them in the right hand, you put your right foot forward. Hold them in the left hand, you put your left foot forward. But I'm holding them in the right, so I got my right foot forward, alright? Now, when you hit with them, you're going to want to extend your arm as much as possible for the reach, leverage, whatever. And you know where the power comes from? It comes from your wrist, elbow, shoulder, torso, hips, knees, foot, ankle, everywhere. Your whole body puts your power into it. Pick them up. Put them in both hands. Let's talk about your guard. The best guard possible. Now, if you're like Bruce Lee or some sort of movie crap like that, you're going to be going like this. Maybe behind your back or behind your head or something. No, this is the proper way to do it. Alright? First off, what are these for? These are to keep you safe. Right? So if I got someone over there, or if I've got a dog coming at me or something, where do I want these? Oh, I want them, between me and whatever's going to harm me. Right, so you hold them at the bottom, remember, because this is all where you're blocking, and you put them in front of you. Alright, it's a barrier between